Hi, my name's Rachel Andrews. Welcome to Everyday Athlete. On this week's video, doing something really different. I've headed up country where it is absolutely blazing hot. I'm up in Nottingham and I've come to join my friend Scott and catch up with the guys from the charity I'm involved with, Bluetonic. And we're heading down, first of all, planes, trains and automobiles. I drove up here, now I'm catching a train to get on a boat, to go for a walk, to hear Scott and the guys do some singing. Scott, do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we're looking forward to just singing. It's a project we've been involved in for about the last, I think it's about 16 weeks we've been doing it for. First we did some engagement activities with a group of guys, all interested in mental health and well-being. Yeah. And then after that we they all knew there was going to be some singing involved, but we braved it to sing. The first time was down at Spring Lakes, and an outdoor water venue around here that's got a cafe that opens out on the water, and we just did it. And me and Ben, the guy that's organised it, we were really nervous about the first time the guys sang, but hey, they just got on with it.
Did they just go for it?
Yeah, they did. And,
what did you sing to get guys involved in singing straight off the bat?
It was Sit Down by James initially. It's a song about mental health and well-being. And it's,
actually, I wouldn't have known that.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, yeah, there are some pretty strong...
Sit down next to me. The whole song's about those who find themselves ridiculous, sit down next to me. Those who find they're touched by madness, sit down next to me. Wow. I'll save the rest for later. And it's also a hit from an era that if you're 18, 19, you're probably now, well, probably, you're going to be 45, 50 now. Yeah. And that's the main time for blokes to struggle with mental health. Not everyone in the group's that age. Yeah. So, but that era is the era that we want to sort of sing to and say, you know, get out, talk to people, try and build some resilience into your everyday life, like in terms of well-being. And that's, you know, you being part of Bluetonic, that's what Blutonic's about. It's about doing that, and water being part of that, because water's an incredibly restorative resource, free resource that we all have. 80% of your brain's water, so why wouldn't it relax when you buy it?
Here's the team, they're all getting their lyric sheets ready. If we can catch them before they all blow away. People are generally excited, so on we go. Let's go get on the boat.
We don't know where it goes. Yeah, I'll give him a count. I'll wait up here. I'll give him a count.
We get to take the walk and get a breath of fresh air. We're looking forward to that.
Yes.
That was warm, eh?
Very hot.
I don't think we've got much further to walk, and the guys haven't caught us up yet. But here's hoping there's a drink somewhere along the way, because I'm proper thirsty now and burning up a bit. Whew. Sounds like someone's warming up under the bridge, so could be in for a treat shortly. Those acoustics sound pretty handy.
Yeah, well, I was just like...
We did have to stop off a cheeky half on the way though, just to wet the whistle. There's a nice gathering of people. There's some people, as you can see, just underneath the bridge there. And there's a fair few people gathered up here who I think are also waiting for the performance, which is great news. So chuffed that we're going to have a good turnout for the men's choir under the bridge. Really looking forward to the tunes. Quite the gathering, and we can see them turning up.
I hope so. I know they thought they watched the bank. I'll take it. This is amazing.
When the saints saints go to carry him home. How we gloom in sanctuary, oh, when the saints go to carry him home.
We welcome you to the debut performance of the Under the Bridge Choir. In partnership with Nottingham CAN and Bluetonic, over the last 15 weeks, we have been delivering a programme of activity around blue spaces, something that Scott from Bluetonic will tell you more about later. Our programme was targeted at males, aiming to offer a safe, active space where we can explore our mental health and strengthen and create new support circles, while also taking part in new activities by the water. We have swam, wakeboarded, walked, paddled all around these beautiful blue spaces right on our doorstep. We have looked at creative writing, mindfulness, activities and singing as a group, all by the water. Coming out of COVID, it was estimated in the UK alone 1.5 million people would need extra mental health support. Males account for 75% of the fatalities when this support was not accessed in time. Across Derbyshire and Nottinghamshire, we had an extremely high number of young male suicides in recent years. The Under the Bridge project looks to offer an alternative therapy, a social therapy, an active therapy, a space where males feel comfortable to share their experience, their troubles and their worries, to meet new people and try new activities, a space that nurtures and encourages healthy living with mind, body and soul. Today, we sing for those that sadly did not access the support, and the families that live on with the trauma of losing a loved one. We sing to be present in the moment, this very moment. Together in unity, together as a community. We sing to encourage people to reach out, find support circles and be a support circle. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the debut performance of the Under the Bridge Choir.
I'm gonna lay down my burdens down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside. Ain't studying war no more. I'm gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside. Ain't studying war no more. So darling, darling, stand by me. Whoa, stand by me. Oh, stand. Stand by me. Stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand. Stand by me. Stand by me.
Project about getting guys out and about around water, doing something different and connecting with each other, all based on something called the 5 Ways of Wellbeing. I won't read out to you, but it's all about a wide range of things you can do to build like resilience and stuff like that. So we thought we'd pitch a project around that and just add water in. And the reason we add water is that there's a book called The Blue Mind. It came out about 15 years ago, and up until that point, nobody had done any kind of study on blue spaces. I'm sure lots of you have been encouraged to get out and about in parks and go out and spend time around trees and heard of forest bathing and things like that. But up until recently, people haven't really looked at why people go to water and why water is such a magical thing. And if you think about it, the science that came out of the Blue Mind book was a lot of really simple stuff that you're actually made of water. Your brain's 80% water. If you believe in evolution, we evolved from water, and basically we're drawn to it naturally. If you think about when we were hunters and gatherers, if we found a fresh water source, of course our brains would unplug and relax. So in the modern world, we have to use tablets, we have to use phones, we have to drive our cars, we have to do all these things, and we have to do an incredible amount of multitasking that our brains aren't designed to do. And the fastest way you can unplug from that, which your brain needs to do and craves to do, is come to the water and spend time around it. It's not going to solve everybody's mental health problems. It's one thing that you can do in terms of unplugging your brain, come to the water, spend time around it, whether it be going for a walk, going for a swim, going for a paddle, whatever it is, it's really powerful about health and well-being. So yeah, part of this project is about getting people out and about, learning new things, and plugging them into this free resource that we've got everywhere. And our charity, Bluetonic, is all about doing that, and I ask people to come on and get involved with us, thinking about safe ways we can do that in our local area.
I don't wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way. Go to feel the breath of sadness. Sit down next to me. Go to find that touched by madness. Sit down next to me. Those who find themselves ridiculous, sit down next to me. In love, in fear, in pain, in tears. In love, in fear, in pain, in tears. In love, in fear, in pain, in tears. In love, in fear, in pain. Oh, sit down, oh, sit down, oh, sit down. Sit down next to me. Riverside, I wanna lay down my burden. Down by the riverside.
Well, after we listened to the choir singing, and I found that such a moving experience, we headed off to the local pub just to have a little bit of a prize giving for the people who'd taken part in the project, and really just a wash up for it. And it was a really lovely time. I didn't feel I wanted to intrude and ask any of them to speak on camera, but to me they did say that they'd really taken strength from it and they'd really enjoyed going along. And in fact, a couple of them come along because one of their friends was going, but the friend wasn't able to make it to the last couple. But they'd felt that they were so invested, they really wanted to go forwards and see it through. And there were big smiles all around. It was a really lovely performance. But the next morning, I was up to something else with the charity. I've also come along to see another part of the charity's work, which is delivering the Swim Safe activity in partnership with Swim England, and just getting kids used to acting safely around the water. I think it's a really interesting project that Scott has got hold of and run with, and I'm hoping to see a bit of activity and see what it's all about. It's basically a short session which is free to the participants, and yeah, hopefully it keeps our youngsters safer and making safer decisions around the water.
In this country, these fly and there's no lifeguard, there's nothing there.
So at the minute, Liz or Scott will give an introduction to the children, looking at the different flags they might spot at the beach, and they also look at the different dangers between different types of bodies of water, whether that be in a lake, a river or the sea. So a bit of a discussion with them, and they get a bit of involvement, a bit of parent interaction if they can, just to set the scene before they hop on into the water. Well, what an exciting couple of days I had there with Bluetonic, going out with the Under the Bridge choir and then seeing the other end of the scale, getting kids involved in the water in a safe way. Those are just two aspects of what the charity's up to. There are other things. Going through the winter, they like to keep people in touch with the water, and they have cold water chats. You can find out about them from the Bluetonic Facebook page, and come along. I'm there each time, enjoying hearing from other swimmers and people who are kind of outdoor water, kind of water fanatics really. And going forwards, I'm working on a really exciting project that I hope to share with you soon, where you'll be able to get involved and really get in touch with your blue mind right the way through the winter, and hopefully we form a bit of a community with it. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a like and drop me a comment. Tell me about your special place by the water and how you like to stay in touch with it. And if you have liked it, please consider subscribing to my channel, because I'd love to have you along for the journey. And I'll see you next time. Bye!